Today on Rappler. Metro Manila's minimum daily wage is increased by 40 pesos. A photojournalist is shot in broad daylight in Quezon City. New radio station DWPM Radyo 630 launches. Pope Francis names the Philippines' as youngest Catholic prelate as bishop. Donald Trump says Putin is, quote, somewhat weakened by the aborted mutiny. Pineapples from Isabela farmers are being sold at 249 pesos for 7 kilos. And comedian actress Awra Briguela is detained by police after a brawl in Makati. Metro Manila's Wage Board approves a 40 peso increase in the minimum daily wage for workers in the capital region, raising the minimum wage to 610 pesos. The Department of Labor and Employment announces wage order number NCR-24, which granted the 7% increase, was affirmed on Tuesday, June 27. The minimum wage for the non-agricultural sector increases from 570 pesos to 610 pesos and 533 pesos to 573 pesos for establishments under the following conditions. The DOLE credits the increase to petitions from labor groups who appealed for an increase in minimum wages due to inflation. But a report from the Ibon Foundation says the living wage for a family of 5 in Metro Manila is 25,208 pesos as of March 2023. This makes the minimum wage still around 25% less than what families need to live comfortably. A photojournalist sustains injuries after a gun attack in Quezon City on Thursday, June 29. Joshua Abiad, a photojournalist for Remate Online, was shot while inside his vehicle around 3:50 p.m. along Corumi Street, corner Gazan Street in Barangay Masambong. The Quezon City Police District says the two unidentified assailants were on board a silver car and headed towards Del Monte Avenue after the shooting. The Presidential Task Force on Media Security says Abiad serves as a police and drug agency witness for drug cases. The task force adds Abiad sustained 2 gunshot wounds in his body, adding he was attacked along with his 3 relatives. The injured journalist is currently being treated in the hospital. Abiad's case comes after the killing of radio broadcaster Chris Bundukin in Oriental Mindoro last May. New radio station DWPM Radyo 630 launches on Friday, June 30. DWPM Radyo 630 launches with Gising Pilipinas, anchored by ABS-CBN veterans Alvin El Chico and Doris Bigornia. DWPM Radyo 630 Teleradyo Serbisyo para sa Mamamayan signals ABS-CBN's return to free radio after it lost its free-to-air channels and franchise in 2020. The new station is a joint undertaking between ABS-CBN and House Speaker Martin Romualdez's Prime Media Holdings Incorporated. ABS-CBN will provide the content while Prime Media controls the broadcasting. Observers say DWPM Radyo 630's performance against established competition will depend on whether it can put up a strong lineup, especially in the early morning, the peak of radio listenership in the Philippines. Pope Francis names the Philippines' youngest Catholic prelate, 49-year-old Moises Magpantay Cuevas, as Bishop of Calapan, Oriental Mindoro. The Vatican announced Cuevas' appointment as Apostolic Vicar of Calapan on Thursday, June 29. In this capacity, Cuevas will head the Catholic Church in the Apostolic Vicariate of Calapan, which covers the entire province of Oriental Mindoro. The Apostolic Vicariate, a 72-year-old Catholic community that has not been made a full diocese, is composed of around 814,000 Catholics. In 2020, Cuevas became the auxiliary bishop of Zamboanga. He is currently still the apostolic administrator or temporary head of the Archdiocese of Zamboanga. Rappler previously reported how Cuevas called out erring priests for their lavish lifestyles. Former U.S. President Donald Trump, an admirer of Russian President Vladimir Putin, says Putin has been, quote, somewhat weakened by an aborted mutiny. Trump adds, now is the time for the United States to try to broker a negotiated peace settlement between Russia and Ukraine. Trump does not rule out that the Kyiv government might have to concede some territory to Russia in order to stop the war, adding everything would be subject to negotiation. He says Ukrainians who waged a vigorous fight to defend their land have, quote, earned a lot of credit. Trump also says China should be given a 48-hour deadline to get out of Cuba. The Wall Street Journal reports China and Cuba have reached a secret agreement for a Chinese electronic eavesdropping facility on the island. Rural Rising, a social enterprise dedicated to supporting our local farmers, is holding an urgent rescue buy to save tons of unsold pineapples from rotting. On Friday, June 30, the nonprofit shares they are selling pineapples sourced from the distressed farmers of San Guillermo and Echage, Isabela. The pineapples sell at 249 pesos for 7 kilos and will be dispatched on Sunday, July 2. As of writing, there are over 170 orders left in stock, and interested buyers can order via the website. Orders can be picked up at Ruri's pickup points in these areas. Rural Rising previously held other rescue buys for local produce from various parts of the Philippines, like lemons and lettuce from Benguet and pumpkins from Nueva Ecija. Actress and comedian Awra Briguela is detained by police after getting into a brawl at a bar in Poblacion, Makati on Thursday morning, June 29. Video footage circulating on Twitter shows Awra being apprehended by policemen and bouncers. An argument broke out when Awra and her friends allegedly demanded Mark Christian Ravana to take off his shirt, with Awra tearing his shirt after he declined. Ravana and the bouncer then called the Poblacion police substation. When the police arrived, Awra resisted arrest, allegedly using foul language on the officers. She is charged with physical injuries, alarm and scandal, direct assault, and disobedience to a person in authority. She will remain under police custody until the inquest proceedings. And that's today's wrap. I'm Nina Liu. Thank you for watching. Click the link below for the full story. Follow us on Rappler's YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok.